Call me Dave again. Do you know that was Remembrance Day yesterday? I forgot. My mate was walking by the sea with his missus, and she picked up a shell off the floor, put it next to her ear like this, and she went, "Darling, I can hear the sea." I said, "Course you fucking can, you stood right next to it." On a serious note, this man calls up the Samaritans, and a woman answers. He says, "I'm at the end of my tether. I'm 59 years old. I'm fat. I'm ugly. I'm bald. I've got no job, no family, no enthusiasm. I do no exercise. I've got a really bad diet. A waste of my life and my youth. My cock doesn't work anymore, and I want to kill myself." And the woman on the other end of the phone says, "Well, that's probably for the best, mate, innit?" Puts the fucking phone down. People just don't care anymore. Have you noticed? Quick rant. Policemen, they call themselves policemen, arresting people for waving the British flag. This is Britain. Patriotism. What's more patriotic than celebrating by waving the flag of the country you're in? Every time there's a football game, they're hanging from every pub. They're at Buckingham Palace. They're on every single government building and mansion they own in the whole country. I bet they weren't arrested for hanging the flag up outside Buckingham Palace. And then you've got people from Israel, Palestine, and all of them people walking down the street, thousands of them, with whatever flag and banner they like, shouting about holy war, and nobody bats an eyelid. That's batshit crazy. The police are now racist against the English. I just say, smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. That's some fucked up stuff. From that, why do people say have a good day? They know you won't have a good day. They're taking the right piss. I thought about it, so I looked at everything I did in the day, and I woke up. There was a power cut. I rushed to get ready for work. Traffic, roadworks, and late idiots on the roads. Roads shut off by the council, blocked with wooden flower pots to try and force motorists off the road. Parking, charged to park at work, stress at work, idiots at work, no lunch break, 12-hour shifts, late leaving off, stuck in the queue at the co-op, or trying to buy some wine to ease the stress of the day you just had. The same traffic, the same roadworks, the same idiots. Stopped for the police for no reason. Not even got a British flag in the car. Stopped for fuel. Extortion. Get home, someone's in the shower. Moaning from other people. Cold shower when you finally get in because everyone's used hot water. Finally sit down and think of doing it all tomorrow. Holy shit. And someone says, "Did you have a good day?" No. Smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. Try and have some fun at work. Christ. I looked out the window this morning and the car was gone. I thought, oh my god. So I got on the phone to the old Bill. Said, "My car's been nicked." He said, "What sort of car is it?" I said, "Oh, it's a Seat Leon." He went, alarmed. I went, "I'm not too fucking pleased about it, pal." You know what I mean? Good car that was. He said, "Was it manual or automatic?" I said, "Why? What are you trying to say? It might have driven off itself." I said, "It's automatic, but you've got to be there." You know what I mean? My mate from work, he's a funny bloke. A little while ago his missus picked him up from work in the car. His car was being fixed. He lives out in the sticks, so driving back down the country lanes, and I felt a bit frisky. So he pulled over in the lay-by, unzip, you know, lob, and she was gobbling him in the lay-by, as you would, you know. And there's a knock at the window, and this copper comes up to the window and he says, "Excuse me, madam, would you mind blowing in this?" He said, "Not you as well." That's fine. I went to the doctors again the other day, not the ones who practice, the ones who do the real thing. And I said, "Doctor, in the last few years I've put on a few pounds, and I'd really like to lose some. How do you think I can do that?" And he said, "Stop eating, fatty." I said, "Oh, that's a good idea, thanks, doctor." He said, "That's alright, fatty." Cheeky bastard. I went down the pub the other night and I got talking to my friend, also called Dave, and we just chatting, having a few pints. He said, I slept with my wife before we were married. Did you? I said, oh, I can't remember, Dave. What's her maiden name again? We're talking about women. I said, your wife's supposed to make your cock hard, not your whole life. Anyway, just to cheer her up, Ann Summers, you know the sex shop, Ann Summers, they've got a new range of sex toys in, and they're inspired by Disney, of all things. So first they've got a new dildo in, called Woody, and a nice vibrator called Buzz. I tell you, cheer your people up on it. And talking of that kind of subject, my friend says to me, how do you measure a snake? I said, in inches. They don't have feet. A horse went into the bar. Yeah. The barman said, hey. The horse said, yeah, thanks. How'd you know? How'd you make a handkerchief dance? Put a little boogie in it. Put a little boogie. I don't want to mention religion again, because that upsets a lot of people. But I was reading a little bit of it the other day, because there was no other books around. And I read it, and I just opened the page randomly. And it said, and the Lord said unto John, come forth, and you'll receive eternal life. Well, John came third, and he won a week's holiday in Butlins. There you go. Happy story. The other day, someone stole my mood ring, and I still don't know how I feel about it. I went for a new job, because my job's pretty tough, like 12.5 hours of complete grief and, you know, getting whacked on the head and abused for, you know, all day. Yeah, still there's some good bits. It helped a lot of people. Anyway, I went in for this job, and that was in a factory making mirrors. I spent about 2 hours there. I thought, oh, that's all right. I said to the manager, I can really see myself doing this. My friend was having a nice night with the missus. They planned it, wine, oil, dark chocolate, oysters, champagne, all over. They were in bed. His missus whispered in his ear. He said, if you turn off the lamp, I'll take it up the arse. Next minute, in hindsight, said, Dave, you should have let the bulb cool down first, mate. Tell you. I have a lady friend who's a bit older. Recently her and her fella were having a few issues in the bedroom, and she said convincing her fella to take Viagra was one of the hardest things she's ever had to do. Well, me and my partner, we just recently got into tantric sex. Honestly, it's been a long time coming. I always say this, life is like a penis. It often gets very hard for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? My mate Pete, his girlfriend recently told him that sex was better on holiday. He said that was the worst postcard he ever got. The other night, and Mrs. winked at me. She said, fancy a quickie? I said, if I remember correctly, you prefer a long one. Definitely prefer a long one. You know what I mean? Have a good evening. And no matter what shit comes at you, keep smiling and keep laughing. That's your life to enjoy. So keep smiling. Take care.